Hello, budgeting friends. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Chris. This is Budgeting with Chris. Welcome to another week of budgeting and cash stuffing. We are going to be doing a budget with me today. We're going to be setting up our budget planner for the month of March. So these are my budgeting sheets, and I'm going to bring my planner out. And we're gonna put these in there, but first we're gonna move all the way to the back to the month of March spread. And we are going to fill out our spread with our due dates for our bills. And then we're gonna come back to this and do our monthly budget. So I'm gonna do this very quickly and then I'll be back with you guys. All right, guys, so here is our March spread. We went full on St. Patty's Day. So here it is. Now let's go ahead and write in what our bills are. So I'm gonna pull these out so I can write on them easier. So let's set that aside for a second. And on the 4th of March, I have Peacock and Simply Safe comes out. And on the 9th is Toby's Petco. That is what this bill is over here. And it's $19 every month. On the 10th, which is payday, we have our payday sticker here. We need to do rent, and that's half of it. We also need to do car, and that's about a quarter of it. Yes, a quarter of it. We need to do car insurance. We also need to do credit card and phone. So those are the ones due on the 10th. The 13th, we have Dominion. That's my energy, like my electricity, and that's what's due here also. And this month electricity is ridiculously high. They're charging us an arm and a leg for a month of electricity, so it's almost $230. So I think it's about, if I'm rounding up, it's $227 for this month, which is exuberantly high. And the other one is FiOS, and that's an automatic payment, which that sticker is there for. And then on the 25th, we have our second payday, and here we need to pay the other half of rent. We also need to pay the other 3/4 of car, and we need to do savings if we are gonna do any at all, just in case I set it there as a bill type so that I know. And then at the end of the month, I'll write how much I actually saved in my little piggy down here. All right, so that is our monthly spread made up. Now I'm gonna put it into my planner, and we are going to go ahead and get started with our monthly budget. Okay, here are my planner sheets. We're gonna go to the back of March, and we're gonna put them in, except for, oh, don't bend them. Okay. We're gonna keep this page out because I'm gonna be working on that. We're gonna set these inside our planner here. So those are good to go. And now let's work on our monthly budget. This is, that's already done, for the month of March. And we are going to do paycheck 1 and paycheck 2. And I'm anticipating, I'm going to budget down for the month so that if I have extra money, then that's better than if I over budget, and then I have less money than I need to. So I'm gonna say $1,800 for the first check and $1,800 for the second check. So I'm budgeting $3,600 in pay for this month. I'm gonna write down all of my bills, which I will show them here. We're gonna do them by due date. All right, so here are all of our bills. Simply Safe, we budget $22 every month for this one. Peacock, this is the last month that it's going to be on promotion for $199, and then in April I have to either cancel it, or what I want to do is renew it with the yearly subscription instead of the monthly subscription, because you save money, and then also I don't have to worry about paying for that if it's on a yearly subscription. So we're going to put the $2 that is due for this month, and then what was left over from what I normally paid monthly, which I used to pay $5.99 a month before this promotion. I take those other $4 and I add them to my subscription envelope, and that helps build up that money so that I have enough to pay for my yearly subscription when it's due. So we're going to budget $6 for this one. Petco is always $19. That's Toby's membership to go get a bath. Rent is $11.20. That's our budget for rent. Car is $300. Car insurance, now this one is changing, guys, but I'm gonna do something similar to what I do with Peacock. So I just changed my car insurance because the company that I was with had increased my car insurance way too high. So I used to pay $117 per month, and then they wanted me to start paying $148 per month, which is over $30 of increase per month. That's over $180 that I would be paying extra every 6 months, which is what the policy lasts. So I decided to shop around, see if I could find another insurance that was cheaper, and I did find another one. So I just actually signed up for the new insurance today. It starts when my old one expires, which is at the end of March, but you always have to pay in advance for car insurance. So I paid for it in full, and I used my credit card to do that because I would get an additional discount if I paid for it in full. So in total for the 6 months, I paid about $480. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep budgeting for car insurance, but I'm going to create a new envelope in my sinking funds, and we're just going to put the money into that envelope until we reach the $480. Once we reach $480, I will unstuff it, put it back into my card to pay off my credit card, and we will continue stuffing it until we need to renew the policy so that we can keep building the money. And I'm still saving the $117 that I had been budgeting for, but it's just being saved in a sinking fund instead of being paid to the insurance. I hope that makes sense. So all of that to say, we are going to budget $117, but only 80 of those are going to go into our sinking funds, and then the other 30 something dollars will be saved for extra. I hope that makes sense. When I stuff my envelopes, you will see what I mean. Phone is always budgeted at $50 per line. I'm on a family plan with my family, so my line costs $50 and I pay my parents back for that. Spotify and Microsoft are subscriptions that are on a yearly basis right now. So what I normally would pay for them monthly, I save that up and I just add it to my subscription envelopes, similar to Peacock, so that the envelope can just keep building up. So when the next yearly subscription is due, I have the money available. So we're going to put $11 for Spotify and $10 for Microsoft into subscriptions. Dominion, as I mentioned earlier when we were doing our calendar, this one is super high this week, or this month rather. I budget on average $150 is what I should be paying for electricity. I've taken all of my year payments in electricity, added them all up, divided them by 12, and it's about $150 what I should be paying on average. This month it's almost $230 that came in, and so that's like $80 to $90 more than what I normally budget. However, I do have the money set aside in the bank for when electricity goes overboard. So we do still have money in order to cover this. If next month the bill comes higher than normal, I might have to pull money from somewhere else because I'm running out of that extra money that I saved during the summer and the fall to cushion the blow from the winter months. However, that being said, we are getting into the warmer months. The weather is changing here. We have been having some gorgeous spring feeling days here. Like there's still a bite to the air. It's still chilly, but it is warmer than normal. So my AC heater HVAC system has not been turning on the last couple days. So I'm hoping that for April, this will go down significantly. However, this month it's at $230. We only still budget $150 because whatever is extra comes out of the bank. So we only ever budget $150. And then FiOS, of course, is at $45. That is what I pay for my Wi-Fi. All right, so let's add all of these up. So $1,850 is what we have. And we're gonna subtract that from the $3,600 that we budgeted for our paycheck. So we are left with $1,750. And in our cash envelopes for this week, we have the regular 6. These are the envelopes that are in my wallet. So we have groceries, gas, Toby, spending, eating out, and miscellaneous or buffer, however you want to say that. We always budget $50 a week for groceries, and in 4 weeks of the month, that's $200. Gas gets $25 a week, so that is $100. Toby gets a total of $150. 25 goes into his sinking fund, and then $13 or $12, depending on the week, goes into his wallet envelope, but his monthly budget is $150. Spending, we get $15 a week, so that's $60. Eating out gets $10, so that's $40. And miscellaneous gets $5, so that's $20. So let's add all of these up. So that gives us $570. And we're gonna subtract that from the $1,750 that we have left over from our bills. So that leaves me with $1,180 for the other half of my budget. Now, I like to do my sinking funds last. I realize that I leave it up there, but I do like to do it last. So I always budget extra debt, which is what the credit card payment that I do every month, just to like offset the credit card. And so credit card pay, and we always do $50 every month. So that's what I'm going to budget here. So I'm going to, from $1,180, we're gonna take 50, so that leaves me with $1,130. I'm not gonna write it here because that's not the number that needs there. And then of course, extra savings. I have budgeted $200. Let's see if that actually happens, but we're gonna take those $200 off. So that leaves me with $930, and that's what I have left for my sinking funds. And I'm just gonna put envelopes here. And we are budgeting $930. So that's the total that we're budgeting. And I'm gonna subtract $930 from the $1,180 that we have over here. So that leaves me with $250. So we take the 50 from the 250, and that leaves me 200, and 200 from 200. Oops, that leaves me at 0. This should be 200. That leaves me at 0, which is a zero-based budget because we have given every little piece of money a job to do for this month. So that is our month of March budgeted. I will come in halfway through the month once I get my first paycheck and I've started paying off some bills, and we will write in what the actual numbers are and where we are in the scheme of budgeting there. You can still see the planner. I was using February to figure out what was going on for March. But let's put this back into our planner. See if I can find where my sheets are. There they are. So this goes back in here, and we will reference it a lot during the month. So that's all set. I'm gonna go through and fill in all of these sheets later on. I do all of this for every month. I'll show you February so you guys can see a completed one. This was February. Oh, this is finished. And here is, I have not finished with the rent yet, but here is February half filled in. This is my bills tracker, so this just has all of the bills that are listed on this side are listed again over here with their due date, how much I budgeted, when I actually pay it, I fill it in, and how much I actually paid, how I paid for it. I can either do a check or I can go online and pay it myself, or it goes straight onto the credit card, which then I pay back. It tells me if I paid back the credit card yet, and then it tells me how much I have left over from what I budgeted between what actually was paid. It's always only $2, and those $2 go into the rent rollover envelope that you guys see me fill in for the sinking funds. This other page next is our bank sinking funds. So I do have some placeholders in my envelopes, and those placeholders, I write them here, the categories, so that I can know how much I have in the bank. I also have where I can put if I put any more money in the bank this month, or if I took out money from the bank. And then I'm going to go through, we are technically not at the end of February yet. It ends on Friday. This is Wednesday when I'm doing this. So I'm going to go through on probably Saturday or Sunday and fill this out to see what my ending balance was and what the total was for the sinking funds that are in the bank. These are my cash planning sheets. You guys know how these work. We've gone through them together, but I do want to show you this in the back here. These are my interest trackers, so I can tell for my savings accounts how much interest I am earning and how much I am putting into the account, and then what my ending balance is. This is going to transfer over down to February, and then we will fill it out once February is over and I have all of these other numbers. We will fill it out. Next, we have my credit card tracker. This just tells me how much I actually started my credit card with that month, what my interest is, how much I paid off of it, how much I spent, and then what my ending balance is. I will let you guys know February was a very spendy month for me, so I'm expecting these numbers to be very high for this month, and that's okay. Sometimes life is like that. And then last but not least, we have our yearly subscriptions. This just tells me all of the subscriptions that I have on a yearly cycle, or how much I would want to pay for it. I have to change Peacock because I was going to get the Peacock with ads, which is only $80, but then I decided I don't really want to watch ads, so I'm going to see if I can save up the additional $60 to pay $140 for the Peacock without ads. And if that is the case, I might just add a second line here, or I might white this out and put the correct number in there. In any case, the yearly subscriptions that I have are Spotify, which is $99 a month and it's not due until July. Microsoft, which is $99 a month again, and it's not due till September. Peacock, it would be $140, and that one's due in April, as we talked about earlier. And then Canva, which is $120, but that one's not due until October. So I have all of these months to save up that money once I get Peacock out of the way. All right, those are the budget planner sheets that we work on every month. I'm going to close this up very quickly because that is our budget planning for this month. I am not going to do a cash planning with you guys this week because I want to show you what I got in the mail, and I want to do some changes to my envelopes very quickly, and I don't want this video to be too long for you guys. So I purchased this bad boy. It is a A6 envelope. Wanted to get the crinkly part out of the way. It is just an A6 envelope, normal type of envelope, just like the ones that I have up here. And I decided I wanted a solid color for this. What is this? Low priority. Goodness. Lost my train of thought. For this low priority binder, I wanted a solid color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and we're going to make it our low priority envelopes binder. And then this binder that has our current low priorities, I'm going to change it into a savings challenge binder because I want to start doing a freebie Friday video. And I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about that later. But first, before we do that, I'm going to set these to the side very quickly, and I'm going to show you guys. I've mentioned previously, that I have been waiting for some envelopes to come in, and then they got lost in the mail, and then they never came, and I had to ask for a refund, and I wasn't sure if I was going to ask for a refund or what was going to happen. I ended up asking for a refund. They did refund me the money, and then I found some new ones online, and I ordered them. And I had already had a plan in my head. I got this idea from Learning to Plan with Desiree. I love watching her videos. She's amazing. So if you have not watched her, go watch her. But I got this idea from her because she uses these types of envelopes and she does inserts into them to put the name of her categories. And so I decided I wanted to do that. So here are the envelopes. I bought these, and these are actually cheaper than the ones that I had originally found. So these cost me about $20 less, I think $25 less than the other ones that I had previously purchased and received a refund for. And as you can see, it kind of looks like the ones that I make by hand with the vellum inside, but the vellum is not attached. It's just an insert that I have put in there. I printed out vellum. I printed out the design on vellum and then cut it up and put it in here, but it actually looks like if it is the actual envelope, and so I'm excited to be able to use these. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to go through, we're going to change all of our envelopes, and we're going to set up this new binder and leave this binder available for our Freebie Fridays. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to do that. I'll put some music for you guys while I do that, and I'll fast forward you guys a little bit. All right, guys, so just very quickly before I move on to the next binder, here is what it looks like in our high priority binder. Here are the envelopes with the names and the money in them. I actually love it. It looks absolutely amazing. I'm so excited that these are available. What's in this binder? All right. And then that is all set for this binder. They look great. Let's go ahead and move on to our low priority. We're going to use the new binder. So I'm going to open this up. I'm going to pull these out. And we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, my friends, and with that, we have fixed our planners, we have redone our envelopes, and I am so excited to, one, start using my new envelopes, and two, to have this pretty new blue planner. If you guys could not tell, this is my favorite color. This is my favorite shade of blue. Thank you guys so much for being here. I will let you know tomorrow we will have a very special cash unstuffing. So not only will I be unstuffing my envelopes for this week for what I have purchased, but also we're going to take this month ahead binder and we're going to switch the money from real money to prop money because I have over $500 in my month ahead envelope and I'd rather earn interest on it than just have it sitting there. So we're going to switch out the money for some prop money, and I'm going to do that every $500 or so for the month ahead binder. So hopefully I will see you tomorrow in our cash unstuffing and condensing. And if you guys have any questions, comments, let me know down below. Don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe if you have not done so already. We are working towards 600 subscribers, so I hope you guys join me. I will also be posting a very special gift for you guys tomorrow with a freebie for you guys on my YouTube and Ko-Fi. So follow along, let me know what you think. I will see you in the next video. Bye.